Solid and their classification. A solid is defined as that form of matter which possesses rigidity and hence possesses a definite shape and a definite volume. The solid are divided into two parts types, namely crystalline and amorphous. Crystalline solid. A solid is said to be crystalline if the various ion atom or molecule of which the solid is made up of are arranged in a definite geometry pattern within the solid. All solid element and compound exist in this form. The crystalline solid are further classified into number of types which have been discussed in along with the example of each type. Amorphous solid. A solid is said to be amorphous if the constituent ion atom or molecule of the substance are not arranged in any regular fashion, although it possesses rigidity, definite shape, and definite volume. Example: glass, pitch, rubber, polymer of high molecular mass, etc. etc. In fact, the amorphous substances regular are not regarded as true solid. Rather, they are considered to be highly supercooled liquid of very high viscosity. Point of difference between crystalline and amorphous solid. Arrangement of particle. In crystalline solid, the constituent particles are arranged in definite geometry pattern, whereas in an amorphous solid they are not arranged in any regular fashion. Melting point. The crystalline substance possesses sharp melting point, whereas the amorphous substance melt gradually over a temperature range. Isotropy and anisotropy. In case of amorphous substance, properties like electrical conductivity, refractive index, thermal expansion, etc. are identical in all directions, just like in case of gaseous or liquid. The property is called isotropy, and the substance showing this property are called isotropic. On the other hand, in case of crystalline substance, the properties mentioned above have different values in different directions. This type of behavior is called anisotropy, and the substance exhibiting this type of behavior called anisotropic. Anisotropic. The anisotropy exhibited by crystalline substance is obviously due to fact that in making measurement in different direction, different types of particle fall on the way as shown in figure 3.0 or the arrangement of particle in difference. Regular and irregular cut. A crystalline solid on being cut with a sharp edge knife gives a clean cleavage, whereas an amorphous and solid undergoes an irregular breaking as shown in figure 3.2. Cooling curves. When a molten crystal solid is cooled and temperature is plotted against time, the cooling curve obtained has break at the point where a solidification starts and where the solidification is completed. That the heat involved during solidification keep temperature constant. Cooling of a molten amorphous solid give a smooth cooling curve without any break. The main point of difference between crystalline and amorphous solid may be summed up as follows. Crystalline solid. The constituent particles are arranged in regular fashion to contain short range as well as long range order. They have sharp melting point. They have anisotropic properties like electrical conductivity, thermal expansion, etc. They undergoes a clean cleavage. Cooling curves of molten state have breaks. The constituent particles are not arranged in any regular fashion. They may be most some short range order only. Amorphous solid. They melt over a range of temperature. They are isotropic properties like electrical conductivity, thermal expansion, etc. have same value in different directions. In case of just as in case of gases and liquid, they undergoes an irregular cut. Cooling curves do not have breaks. Thus, to see that the given solid in crystalline in nature, it must exhibit the following characteristic. First, possesses a definite geometry. Second, possesses a sharp melting point. Third, exhibit anisotropy. Should give a clean cleavage. Classification of crystalline solid. ionic solid. In case of in these crystals, the constituent particle occupy the lattice point are the positive and the negative ion. Example, Na positive and Cl negative ion. In case of NaCl crystal, these ions are held together by the strong electrostatic force of attraction. Some of the important characteristics of these crystal are follows. First, because of the strong electrostatic forces of attraction existing among the ion, they have a high melting and boiling point. They are good conductor of electricity in molten state or in solution, but not in the crystalline state where the ion are not free to move. They are soluble in polar solvent but insoluble in non-polar solvent. Because of strong electrostatic force of attraction, the ion are closely packed and hence the ion crystal are hard. However, they are brittle because the stability of the crystal depend upon the preservation of their geometry pattern. Second, molecular crystal. The constituent particle occupy the lattice point. In the case are the molecules. The intermolecular forces holding the molecule together in the crystal lattice and are the weak van der Waals forces. In case of polar molecules, example HCl, H2, NH3, etc. These van der Waals forces are the dipole-dipole attraction as shown in figure 3.4. In case of non-polar molecules, example H2, Cl2, NH4. The van der Waals forces are the London dispersion forces. These forces are believed to arise due to momentary dipole produced as a result of distortion of the electron could of one molecule, which produces or induced dipole in the other molecule as shown in figure. They have already been discussed in unit 2. The main character of the molecular crystal are as follow. As the van der Waals forces are much weaker than electrostatic forces existing in ionic crystal, the molecular crystal are soft and have low melting and boiling point. They do not conduct electricity in solid and liquid state or in solution as there are no free ion present. Third, they are less soluble in water and more stable in non-polar solvent. Polar molecular liquid act as solvent for ionic compound. A dipole-dipole attraction are stronger than London forces. Therefore, polar molecular crystals generally have higher melting point and boiling point than crystal of non-polar molecular of comparable molecular size and shape. Atomic or neuter network or covalent crystal. In these crystal, the lattice point are occupied by atoms which are linked together by a network of covalent bond to form a giant molecule. One of the most common example of the crystal of this is two-way diamond, which the carbon atom are linked together by covalent bond to give three-dimensional structure as shown in figure. Substances of this type have high melting point, high boiling point, low volatility, and are extremely hard because of the large number of the covalent bond that they have to be broken to destroy the crystal structure. Further, they are non-conductor of electricity. Metallic crystal. These crystals consist of positively charged metal ion occupying the lattice point, which are held together by the metallic bond. The metallic bond arises due to presence of mobile electron. These mobile electron undergo simultaneous attraction by a number of positive ions and hence the ion are held together. Unlike ionic crystal, the position of the positive ion can be altered without destroying the crystal because of the uniform charge distribution provided by the freely moving electron. Thus, metallic crystal can be easily deformed. That is why the metal are malleable and ductile. The other properties of metal like luster, thermal and electrical conductivity can be explained on the basis of their free moving electrons. Further, the positive ion are closely packed in the crystal lattice. Most of the metal possess high melting point and high densities. It may be noticed that metallic bond differs from a covalent bond in their following two parts. First, covalent bond is directional, whereas a metallic bond is non-directional. Metallic bond is weaker than covalent bond. To some of the various Types of crystal: solid, their constituent particle occupying the point, the type of attraction force, their properties, and some example are given in table. The branch of science which deal with the study of geometry, properties, and structure crystalline substance is known as crystallography. This study is based upon the fundamental laws. These are: first, the law of constancy of interfacial angle, the law of rationality of indices, the law of symmetry. Each of these laws will be discussed in the subsequent section of this chapter. Further, the study of the crystal structure involved into two important aspects. These are: first, the study of the external shape of or geometry of the crystal, also sometimes called the crystal habit, the study of internal structure of the crystal. Now we shall proceed to describe briefly the various terms and accept relation relation to law used in the study of the external shape and the internal structure of crystalline, and we shall also describe briefly method used to investigate internal structure of the crystal. Some term used in crystallography: Steno's laws of constancy of interfacial angle. The crystal of the substance obtained by cooling the liquid. The size of crystal depend upon the rate of cooling. If cooling is carried out slowly, crystal of large size are obtained because the particles get sufficient time to arrange themselves in proper position. Similarly, it is found that the shape of the crystal of a substance also depend upon the condition under which the crystallization take place. In the absence of or presence of any other substance. For example, shapes of the crystal of a particular solid are shown in figure 3.1. However, in spite of different sizes and shape of the crystal of the same substances, the following regularity is observed. The angle between the corresponding faces called the interfacial angle of the crystal of a particular substance are always the same independent of the shape and the size of the crystal. This is called the law of constancy of interfacial angle. The instrument used for measurement of interfacial angle is called gynometer. A very simple and common form of gynometer is a contact gynometer. It has two flat arms pivoted together on the center of the straight portion of a semicircular scale, as shown in figure. At the axis of their rotation, the two arms can be clamped at the desired angle with the help of screw. Thus, the two arms are similar to that of the pair of scissors. The crystal is placed between the two arms such that its adjoining forces are touching the arms. The arms are then clamped and the angle between the arms is read from the scale. The above technique is useful only when the crystals are large in size with clear-cut faces. However, for more precise work and for small crystal, and optical instrument called reflecting gynometer is used, or the best is an X-ray gynometer. Further, it is found that the form of shape, the crystal of the substance also depend upon the condition under which the crystalline take place. The presence or absence of any other substance. For example, sodium chloride grows as cubes from water solution, but an octahedral form from 15% aqueous urea solution. A large variety of shapes of crystalline substance have been observed. One is therefore arranged tempted to classify the various of shapes on same basis. Such a classification is based upon the symmetries exhibited by the crystal and their internal substances. In the next section we shall therefore discuss the element of symmetry possessed by the crystal molecule. Elements of symmetry. First, the center of symmetry. It is defined as the imaginary point within the crystal, such that any line passing through this point intersect the opposite faces of the crystal at equal distance. The center of symmetry is also called the center of inversion because if the crystal or the molecule is inverted through the center of symmetry, it gives result equivalent to the original and hence indistinguishable from the original one. For example, the center of inversion of a few molecules are given below, represented by solid duck. Second, the plane of symmetry. It is defined as the imaginary plane passing through the crystal such that it divides the crystal into two parts in such a way that one part is the minor image of the other of the symmetry are therefore are also called mirror planes. Third, rotation axis of geometry. The rotation axis of geometry, or simply called axis of geometry, defined as the imaginary line passing through the crystal such that when the crystal is rotated about this line, exactly similar appearance occur more than once in one complete revolution. In a rotation through 360, if similar appearance occurs twice in one complete revolution after every 180 degree, the axis is called two-fold axis of symmetry or a dyad axis. Similarly, the other possibility found that for similar appearance, complete revolution are thrice, 4 times or 6 times. The corresponding axes are called three-fold triad, four-fold tetrad, and six-fold hexad axis of symmetry. The above type of rotation which lead to equivalent configuration which are congruent as well is called proper rotation, and axis is called proper rotational axis. Further, it may be pointed out that we have two-fold, three-fold, four-fold, and six-fold axis of rotation, and we do not have five-fold, seven-fold, eight-fold, or higher fold rotation, as will be explained later in section 3.13. The rotation reflection axis of geometry. When the rotation of a molecule of a crystal about an n-fold axis of proper rotation is followed by reflection through a plane perpendicular to the axis is called a n-fold rotation reflection axis. The new configuration obtained is not congruent but is in a state of force. For example, rotation followed by reflection of any asymmetric object like numerical 7. Rotation inversion axis of symmetry. When the rotation of a molecule or a crystal is followed by an inversion through the center of symmetry, the axis is called an n-fold rotation inversion axis. The new law of symmetry. The crystal of a particular substance always possesses the same element of symmetry. This is called law of symmetry. For example, a cubic crystal always possesses the following 23 different elements of symmetry: regular planar of symmetry, diagonal planar of symmetry, four-fold axis of symmetry, three-fold axis of symmetry, crystallographic axis and acceleration ratio. As already mentioned, a crystal has a regular arrangement of its constituent particles. The point occupied by these particles within the crystal are called the lattice point. Any Any plane passing through a large number of lattice points is called a crystal plane. A very large number of sets of parallel planes exist within the crystal. Some such set of parallel planes present within cubic crystal are shown in figure. The plane surface of a crystal are called the faces of crystal. In order to describe the relative direction and orientation of the faces and also planes present within the crystal, three suitable axes are chosen with meet at a point. Say O. The axis can be selected in a number of ways depending upon the symmetry of a crystal. However, the best choice is usually the lines coinciding with or parallel of the edge between the principal faces. For example, in a cubic crystal, the best choice of the axis is the three lines mutually at right angle to each other. The three or four line thus selected plane is selected meeting at a point called crystallographic axis. Now a suitable plane called the standard or unit plane is selected with a cut all all the crystallographic axes. For example, suppose the three axes are represented by OX, OY, and OZ, and the unit place cuts these axes at A, B, C respectively, making the incept OA is equal to A, OB is equal to B, OC is equal to C. The ratio ABC is called the axial ratio. Thus, the axial ratio may be defined as the ratio of the intercept made by the unit plane on the crystallographic axis. It is important to note that the actual length of the intercept ABC depend upon the position of origin O, but their ratio is constant. It is therefore the ratio which is significant in describing the shape of a crystal. Further, it is conversion to write B as unity for copper sulfate crystal. The axial ratio is A ratio B ratio C 0.5715 ratio 1 ratio 0.5575. The angle between the axes opposite to the intercept ABC are represented by alpha, beta, and gamma respectively. These angles are the same as the interfacial angle if the axes chosen are the line coinciding with or parallel to the edges of the principal faces of the crystal. These angles together with the axial are called element of crystal. If the intercept of the any other plane or face of the crystal on the three axes are measured, the following generalization is observed within the called law of rational indicates. The intercept made up by any plane or face of crystal of the crystallography axis are either same as those of the unit plane or simple whole number multiply of those of unit plane, or one of the two intercept may be infinitive if the plane of or the face is parallel to one of the two faces. The plane of the face does not cut one or two. Identification designation of crystal plane and faces. First, in terms of VAS indicates if a face make intercept NA, NB, and NC on the crystallographic axis, the face may be represented by N dash and N double dash. The number N dash and double dash thus used to represent a face are called VAS index. However, this method of representing a face is out of use. Second, term of Miller indicates. It is more common to take the reciprocal of the number n dash and n double dash and then multiply them by the smallest number so as to express the reciprocal as integer. The integer thus obtained are called Miller index. Thus, Miller index of a plane or a face may be defined as the reciprocal of the coefficient of the intercept, expressed as integer, or the Miller indicator may be defined as the integer, which give the ratio of intercept of the unit plane to those of given plane or face. Expressed as integer, obviously the Miller indicates of a given plane or a face are inversely proportional to intercept of the plane of crystallographic axis. Miller index of faces of a cube, referencing in which the origin of the crystallographic axis is the center of symmetry of the cube, and following the method as explained in third and fourth above, the various faces of the cube in terms of Miller indicates may be represented as 100, 10, 110, and 1. All these faces are said to belong to same form, represented as 100. Further, it is important to note that within the crystal there are a large number of planes passing through the lattice point in different directions. The direction and intercept of these crystal planes are also designed in terms of Miller index, taking isomorphism and polymorphism. Certain crystal substances which have similar chemical composition, example sodium phosphate and sodium arsenate, are found to possess the same crystal shape. This phenomena is known as isomorphism, and substances are said to be isomorphous. These are many substances which exist in more than one crystalline form, which are formed under different conditions of temperature and pressure. This phenomenon is known as polymorphism. For example, carbon exists in two crystalline forms, which are graphite and diamond. Graphite and diamond. Calcium carbonate exists in two crystalline forms called calcite and aragonite. The polymorphism exhibited by the element is commonly called allotropy. The temperature at which one crystal form changes into another is called transition temperature. So, space lattice and unit cell. So far, we have been discussed only the external shape of the crystal. On studying the internal structure of the crystal, it is found that the particle constituting the crystal substance are arranged in regular fashion within the crystal in the three-dimensional space. For example, the arrangement of particles represented by black circle for a cubic crystal is shown in figure. The regular arrangement of point consisting the crystal in the three-dimensional space within the crystal is called space lattice or crystal lattice. It is big size crystal is broken more and more. Ultimately, a stage is reached when we get the smallest possible crystal. It is broken further, it will break to give constituent particle, ion, atom, and molecule. For example, it is a big cubic crystal is broken. The smallest crystal obtained will be small cube, as represented by thick lines. This small cubic crystal has all the element of symmetry as possessed by the big cubic crystal. Moreover, it is evident that the complete lattice has been obtained by the repetition of this smallest unit in different directions. The smallest portion of the complete space lattice, which has the element of symmetry and which, when repeated over and again in different direction, product the complete space lattice, is called the unit cell. The situation may be compared with the thick wall made of bricks, where a brick is similar to the unit cell and the wall to complete space lattice. It may be pointed out that it is a regular arrangement of the point that constituent the space lattice, and note that of the lines joining them. The lines have been drawn just to indicate the regular repetition more clearly and to describe the position of the point. Further, in order that the unit may be described completely, we should know dimension of the unit cell A, B, C, and the alpha, beta, and gamma between the shown figure. It may be recalled that in section it was mentioned that we have only two-fold, threefold axis of rotation, and we do not have 5, 7, and 8-fold or higher fold axis of rotation. This is obviously due to the fact that the most essential requirement of a lattice is that it should be built up by the repetition of unit cell, the faces of each unit cell touching the faces of surrounding unit cell without leaving any gap in between. Bravais lattice. In the space lattice considered above, it was assumed that there are points only at the corner of the unit cell. The detailed study of the internal structure of Bravais has shown that the point may be present not only at the corner of the unit cell but at the center of the faces or within the body of the unit cell. This gives rise to 14 different types of lattice corresponding to the seven crystallographic system already described. These 14 types of lattice are called Bravais lattice. The description of these lattice is known in lattice is given in table 3.4, and the shapes are shown in 3.21 on next page. The term simple face centered and body centered simply as under. First simple, when the point are present only corner of the unit cell. Face center, when in addition to the point of the corner there are point present in the center of each of the unit cell. And centered, when in addition to the point of the corner there are point present at center of the end face of the unit cell. Body center, when in addition to the point of the corner there is one point present within the body of each unit cell. The simple unit cell, when the point are present only at corner of the unit cell, is called a primitive unit cell. The other type of unit cell are called non-primitive unit cell. Space groups. It has already been discussed in section 3.11 that theoretically there are 32 different ways of arranging the element of symmetry about a point. These different arrangement are called point groups. However, it is in a complete space lattice because of the regular repetition of the pattern in the three-dimensional space. Two additional symmetry element called grid plane and screw axis become possible. The detailed discussion of these new elements of symmetry is beyond the uh, scope of a present book. However, it is interesting to maintain that because of additional element of symmetry, the number of arrangement possible for the element of symmetry about a point of a space lattice become manifold, equal to 230. These 230 possible arrangement of the element of symmetry about a lattice point are called space groups. These split up of spaces groups corresponding to the different crystal system in a given 3.5 on next page. X-ray diffraction by crystal, study of internal structure. Thus, external shape of a crystal could be seen with the help of an optical microscope. On the basis, the crystal were classified into seven systems as already as discussed. However, the internal structure, the exact position of each atom within the unit cell could not be studied until the discovery of X-ray by Roentgen in 1895 using X-ray. The different studies that have been carried out to understand the internal structure of crystal are briefly described below. First, Lyes method. Max von Loon in 1912 made a valuable suggestion that if a crystal consists of a large number of atoms or ions arranged in an ordered manner and the atomic plane in the crystal were separated distances which are of nearly the same magnitude as the wavelength of X-ray, then if these X-rays are allowed to strike the crystal, the rays will penetrate into the crystal and will scattered by electrons of the atom or the ions of the crystal. These the rays reflected from different layer of atom due to wave nature will then undergoes interference to produce a diffractive pattern, just as it happened in case of light passing through a grating containing a large number of closely spaced lines, as it happened in case of light passing through a grating containing a large number of spaced lines. In other words, crystal should act as a three-dimensional grating for X-ray. These ideas of von Laue were put to experiment test and found to be true. In the Laue method, the continuous spectrum of X-ray, having a wide range of wavelength, is used to propose to do so that at least some of the radiation would have the proper wavelength to undergo interference. The method used in shown such diagram confirms the defined arrangement of the atom in a crystal. However, this interpretation to no exact arrangement of the atom with the crystal is different, much different between followed forward by W. H. Bragg as described below. X-ray diffraction of pattern of cubic lattice. Cubic lattice is the simplest of all the types of because all length of the unit cell are equal and each angle is of 90 degree for any set of plane with Miller indicates the interplanar distance can be calculated using the expression. This DHKL is equal to A divided by S square plus K square plus H square L square. Also, according to Bragg's equation for the glancing reflection for first order diffraction, 2 du HKL sin theta is equal to lambda sin theta is equal to lambda by 2 du KL. Substituting the value of DHKL from equation 1, we get sin theta is equal to lambda by 2 into h square plus k square plus l square under root divided by a sin square theta is equal to lambda square bata 4a square h square plus k square plus l square for a given cubic system, and for the particular X-rays used, a and lambda are constant and hence lambda square by 4 square is constant. Putting this constant equal to a equation 4 becomes sin square theta is equal to h square plus k square plus l square into a. Substitution the value of indicates for plane present in the three types of cubic lattice. The value of theta in terms of sin square theta can be calculated, which predicate the lines that would obtain on the photographic film. This is explained below for each of three primitive cubic lattice. Using equation 1 and the integral value of the indicates hk and l dk may have values given in 3.6 below. Now that a under root 7 is missing because 7 cannot be obtained from h square plus k square plus l square. When h, k and l are integers, the corresponding value for sin square theta are also given in the same table. The value of sin square theta equal to 7 is also not possible. Thus, we conclude that the powder diffraction pattern of primitive cubic lattice will consist of 6 equally spaced lines followed by a gap and then again a set of lines and so on. Second, face-centered cubic lattice. For this type of lattice, it is found that the refraction in the face take place only from plane for which HKL value are either all odd or all even. Carrying out the calculation as above, the value of the D, K, HKL and sin square theta given in 3.7 below. Crystal structure of NaCl, KCl and CHCl. X-ray diffraction studied of NaCl crystal show that it has been face-centered at cubic lattice as shown in figure 3.30. In fact, this structure consists of two interpenetrating face-centered cubic lattice, one composed entirely of Na positive ion and the other of Cl negative ion. The chloride lattice is displayed A by 2 along any edge of the cube. This structure is further supported by the fact that its unit cell contain 4 Na positive and 4 Cl negative ion. Keeping in mind the contribution made by corner 1 by 8 face centered, 1 by 2 edge centered, 1 by 4 and body centered. KCl KCl also has face-centered cubic lattice similar to that of NaCl, in which Na atom have been replaced by K atom. CHCl is found to have a body-centered cubic lattice as shown in figure 3.31. In fact, it has been two simple cubic lattices, one of cesium atom and other of chloride atom, which are interlocked together to give pseudo body centered lattice. This structure is further supported by the fact that its unit cell contain one Cs positive and one Cl negative ion. It is interesting to point out that the through NaCl and KCl have similar structure, their diffraction pattern are remarkable different. This is explained on the basis of the fact that X-ray are scattered by electron and different atom or ion contain different number of electrons, hence their scattering strength are different. Greater the number of electron, greater is the scattering strength. Moreover, the wave of the X-ray scattered by an ion interfere with the wave scattered by cation, and depending upon orientation of the ion, the reflection or may be in phase or out of phase. In case of NaCl, the number of electron in Na positive ion is less than that in Cl negative ion, and therefore their scattering strength are different. But in case of KCl, both K positive and Cl negative ion contain the same number of electrons and their scattering strength are equal. Thus, when out of phase, the scattering strength of Na positive and Cl negative ion do not cancel out completely, whereas in case of K positive and Cl negative ion, the cancellation is complete. The ion KCl therefore all look very similar, and instead of appearing to be face-centered cubic, the power diffraction pattern obtained is similar to that of the primitive cubic unit cell. In fact, the relative position of atom or ion in crystal is determined by studying the in, intensities of the lines obtained in the X-ray powder diffraction photograph. Coordinate of lattice point in different types of cubic crystal. First, for a face-centered cubic such that of the initial taking the Na positive ion at the corner at the origin, that is coordinate are 0 0 0 a. The coordinate of Na positive ion present in the face centered will be 1 by 2 1 by 2 0 comma 0 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 2 0 1 by 2. The coordination of Cl negative ion present at the edge centered will be 1 by 2 0 0 0 1 by 2 0 0 0 1 by 2. The coordinates of Cl negative ion present at the body V center will 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 2. For simple cubic unit cell, the coordinates of lattice point at the corner are 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. For a body centered cubic lattice point at the corner have the coordinate are in above, while that of the point at the body centered are 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 2. For a cubic lattice, distance between any two points with coordinates x y z and x2 y2 z2 can be calculated using the formula d is equal to under root x1 minus x2 का whole square plus xy y1 minus y2 का whole square plus xz1 minus z2 का whole square into a, whereas a is equal to length of the edge of the unit cell. Crystal structure of calcium fluoride. In fluoride, each Ca2 positive ion is surrounded by 8 F negative ion, giving a body centered cubic arrangement of F negative ion around Ca2 positive ion. Since there are twice as many F negative ions as Ca2 positive ion, the coordination number of both ions is different, and the 4 Ca2 positive ion are tetrahedrally arranged around each F negative ion. The coordination number are therefore 8 and 4, so this is called an 8-4 arrangement. The fluoride structure is found when the radius ratio is 0.73 or above. The An alternative description of the structure is the Ca2 positive ion from a face-centered cubic arrangement. The Ca2 positive ions are too small to touch each other, so the structure is not close packed. However, the structure related to a close packed arrangement since the Ca2 positive ion occupy the same relative position as for the cubic close packed structure, and F negative ion occupy all the tetrahedral holes.